matching grant is the main activity of this component. The project has funds that is intended to enhance commercial farming. And the arrangement is that the project will give you 60% of what you requested. And you have to match it up by 40%. But you have to show or indicate that you will be able to match it up before you are approved. Every applicant must prepare a business plan, because that is the only way you can at least appraise the person effectively. And we guide them, in fact, if they need. Where the need is, we guide you how to prepare the business plan. So the grant has enhanced not only food production, but even in the creation of jobs for the local people. So many youths benefited from the matching grant.
I started livestock activities since I was going to school. I started with kind of a hobby. It was a backyard thing. And I started with 5 chickens, and then from the 5 chickens, I expanded to the 50. Then from 50, I expanded to 300, then 300 to 600. So when I see this thing, it could be more than a business, it's an industry. I take it from hobby or from backyard to commercial one. That's this time I started to take it very, very seriously to 1,000 up to the stage. And then from there, I'm definitely grateful to one of the projects called FASDEP, and they intervene and take it from that level to another level. I benefited from the FASDEP matching grant, which was 60-40. They support different areas of the production, like day-old chicks, and some vaccines, and some automatic strains, some feeders, some drinkers, some debaking machine, which also play important role to the success of the farm today. They support with fencing, which also depend also 60-40, which help definitely perimeter fence. It secure the farm, it secure our horticulture activity. Now we don't have animals from across our neighborhood to destroy our horticulture activities. Their intervention and their support now is the biggest poultry farm in the country. The layers, I can say the capacity is over 36,000, and then the broilers is over 10,000. Right now, over 7,000 broilers are mature for consume. So we produce, we sell live, and then we also sell, packaging one. We slaughter them and package them, label them, supply to the supermarket, individual and patisserie and the market. Right now, I'm bringing my day from Holland and Senegal, but I'm also working on some expansion, which is the first priority is the feed, trying to set up a feed mill, and then the second priority is going to be hatchery. I'm not only doing poultry, and also doing cow fattening, and also sheep and goat and horticulture activity. It's kind of a mixed farming, but it's different sides. We have different sides. The other ones are the other side for layers, and we have other side for cow and sheep, and the other side for goat. We have different breeds here of the bulls and cattle. Some of them are from Mali, some of them are crossbreeding with the Holland breed, and then some of them are the local ones also, the Gambian type. We just crossbreed them.
First the play koy matching grant atara anka saji malayando ke domanding so kabringa matching grant moy ntata nga apply kabringa apply nata grant nyindi na barjani bala nan koy no ko foy bungolonye eto le bungolonye ye saji doldinna anim feed for 1 year bela domoro for 1 year so kabiri odinna ntarta wala kono nga saji jama soto nak ko saji mendi na tatal no fo saji tansay nata saji ke tata fo saji keme anim feng so nimbanna salo sita nka sa ko tongol wafi bakel ay tuje saji musola sol fanal katara wulu kan ndeka na saji pengule nka medication o dira nka kuol dila mfangoye yalo ni ajube mbenu saji yoldo mbota saji yoldo nga wal kafuje nga pural kafuje adun sa nkata poultry do so leftan wo fanan kafula je bakele so balo be mu yirwalete me yalon ko saji yole ya dinna saji ko do nyembe ole tala pour ka amfang yirwande ka kudol fanal kafu mente saji malendo dammanti musu ya miraka sa maranole ya diala numo lafita men nan ya diala ka kele so lafita wala ya di gambia musol la men lafita la du sa do kuno ya dila fo si yirwa fondin kewol fanal fo si makoy ye dunga kono ya long ni be makoy ye dunga kono fanam fo supervision fana e keje pour kate ke jube ye ne mol bolé yake
Some years back, before the FASDEP support, I used to keep some of these small ruminants with me at my house in Serakunda. But after the support, I decided coming up, that means it's with a bigger capacity. And certainly, it has taken me to another level, bigger than where I was before, for the fact that these structures were not here before. For the animals which were bought were mainly male ones, and they were for the feast period. So we asked for a quantity, and those that was given, we sold them. And from there, we took it up. We are into fattening and breeding. So if you see most of these animals here, they are for our breeding purposes. They are here. Those which are for the market, some are gone already. And some are here with us, waiting for potential buyers. The borehole is giving me the possibility of growing vegetables here, and as well for the animals. The income equally has been increased. Unfortunately, it's mainly our sale periods is during the festival periods. And in between this period, you try to fatten them, and the little money one earns, mostly you will have to spend it most into feeding. Because when you rear animals, you have to really be concerned with their feeding.
Porky Farms is a piggery venture and is established as a limited liability company. And the whole idea behind the farm really is to help address the challenge of ready availability of pork meat in the Gambia. But not only that, ultimately to address also the challenge of importation of ham, sausage and bacon. Well, the matching grant from FASDEP was timely, and it also helped us in the initial establishments of this farm. You cannot do any construction without water. So the first thing that was done using the matching grant was the borehole. We have a borehole here that is 36 meters deep on the second aquifer. And as a result, we're assured of constant supply of water. We have structures that are supporting 6,000 liters of water available throughout the entire period. And the second bit was to actually establish this block that you're seeing here. So this is what FASDEP has supported with. The matching grant was for $1.2 million. So as you can imagine, we had to provide 40%, and FASDEP provided the 60%. From the beginning, what we had said was we wanted to build a capacity that can hold up to 750 pigs. We did not want to start just by building 3 houses and then down the line expand. If you know how pig production works, that is possible, but then you run the risk of creating some biohazard challenges, and this is what we were trying to avoid. This was why we said let's build everything and complete with the dirty work, because we don't want to have pigs here and then be doing construction. There could be challenges arising from that, and for this reason we said we'll start afresh. And even though the FASDEP matching grant was 1.2, we went ahead with the rest of the funding for the ultimate construction of the farm as it currently is. As long as the feed that we use on this farm, we use corn, we use beans, we use wheat bran. Why wheat bran? Because fiber. Pigs also need a good fiber intake, because if not, they're going to be very fatty. And nobody wants a fat pig. Nobody wants a fat meat. We use iodized salt in our feed. Why? Because of the iodine. Because pigs also need iodine. We vaccinate our pigs, so we deworm them, every 3 months. And also, we have supplementary feed. We use mango, as well. We get this from, a supplier not too far from where we are. They supply us with these things, and then we feed them mangoes, and you'll be amazed. They love, mangoes, because if I'm giving you corn, beans, concentrates, and wheat bran every day, once in a while you want to see a delicacy. So for them, this is dessert. And we are also very grateful to FASDEP for their support, because they've been very supportive. Without them, I don't think we would have been able to be where we are here today.
2014 laa commencé Bamki Animal Farm. Biñ nekkee di def loolu di dem for a while, ñu realize the potential in the chicken industry, chicken business bi. then ma am an aspiration to improve daal develop suma boppa yokka suma capacity. Along the way ma tap into funds from FASDEP. Santa yàlla ñoom tamit ñu nekk ñi nga xam ne nii uyu si woon nañ ma jàppale woon nañ ma gisoon nañ li ma doon def tamit ba mu leen ñor ñu kontaan si torop far ñu jàppale ma te jàppale nañ ma am xaalis tamit worth around almost to $500,000 is so ci biir loolu dama amoon suma incubator di hatch ay eggs di jaay baraman chicks yi quail chicks yi nii si loolu lañ concentrate on then ñu am an idea of going more into the sheep farming. Based on that grant bi ma receive si FASDEP boobu dimbale na ma torop pour ma mun a dugga into the sheep farming because maa ngi doon def sheep bi tamit waaye it was in a small scale waaye bi ma amee grant from FASDEP dimbale na ma increase suma number of sheep yi ma am from 4 right now I'm boasting of almost 21 xar yi nga xam ne nii they are available here. Xar yaa ngee jur ñu ngee dem so kontaan nañ ci torop because ni mu nekk di demee moom we are really happy. Am nañ fi quail si tamit some ñu ngi fi but most of them last batch yi yëpp jaay nañ leen because dañ dee xaacal suñ boppa quail eggs yi dañ dee dajale quail si suñ ñu juralee ñu dajale leen ñu jaay quail si seen boppa because certain people dañ ko dee jënd si fii pour di ko lekka. Ba pare also am nañ rabbits around they were around almost 16 in number jaay nañ leen ba 4 ya si des ñoom they are really good ñoom tamit ñu ngay dem ba pare seen jur bi dafa gaaw. Yii yëpp is part of the grand structures yi ngeen a gis nii yëpp quail housing bi yëpp is part of the grand néeg yi ak the other big housing bi nga nekk fële noonu yooyu yëpp is part of the grand moo ñu mun a dimbale tamit pour ñu mun a egga to this level of housing. Bohol bi tamit is part of the grand because before we were just using a well the pulley the rod waaye sant yàlla when the grant came we move away from pulling water from the well. Santa yàlla léegi as you can see da nga ubbi pompe rek ndox bi ñëw so léegi is easier pour nga naanal sa rab yi is easier pour nga sanga xar yeeg yooyu noonu yëpp so grant bi really help nañu ñun Bamki Animal Farm yóbbu nañu to another level te ñun gis nañ si ñeneen ak ñeneen ñi nga xam ne tamit yóbbu na leen to another level te gis naa ne youth man yi dëkk bi am na ñi nga xam ne dëgga pare nañoo liggéey ñu ngi si biir dëkk bi xale yu góor yi xale yu jigéen yi sax ñu ngi si dëkk bi ñi nga xam ne pare nañoo liggéey te façon yii nii bañuñ see yëngatu day nekk ne ndimbal lañ dee ñaaka kon ni ma la ko waxee tey ku bugg a yëngu si mbiri xar amuloo ki la dimbale amuloo lu mel ni FASDEP bootu sa gannaaw dimbale la dina naxari torop pour nga def ko.
Some of the challenges we are facing as a poultry industry across the country is marketing. You know, we have the capacity to expand. With this capacity we are currently working, we can expand 10 times of that capacity. But our challenge is marketing, and that happens because of the imported product, like imported eggs and imported chicken. We are calling government to protect this industry because this industry is a very important industry, and Gambian youth have particular interest in poultry. It can create thousands of jobs. It needs to be supported and it needs to be protected.
Banalem firo kasi abake. Na manke woti coming killing because ni ajube meneka afra wafi woti nano saji malayan dola akabe osanna itake afra tol buka keno so kaje sometimes nga association o men soto nka ke online ne do sa fo lafita len te be nyine kam be nyine ka so nka wafi no nyoma walale so na manke woti seasonal lem jang banale mo ranto ni mol botana makka.
We have done a lot of activities on the matching grant. You know, so far it's one of the most successful activities of the project. The target was 120 agro businesses, and we have achieved that already. So we have helped in so many small businesses to grow. So the grant has benefited so many people, and it's doing very well so far, so good.